Yeah. Damn, I just got tired all of a sudden. That's okay. Well, let me shut up because this is gonna go on YouTube. Oh, I'm losing it. I think my tea hitting too strong. You heard? All right, hold on. Let me just share this link. Damn, I'm a little dizzy. What the heliante? Give me 1 second. We are gonna do full moon in Sagittarius. I'm just sharing the link on Elon's bum ass app. I didn't say that. That wasn't me. Full moon. Okay, I'm just sharing the linky. Okay, good morning. All right, baby girl. All right. I need my calm music. Oh, all right. The full moon in Sagittarius will be taking place on June 11th, 2025, 0300 hours, 20 degrees of Scorpio. Um, hmm, hmm. Damn, I should have got my glasses before I did this. Okay. All right. Let me see. Just getting my notes. Okay. All right. Remember that Sagittarius is the sign of the archer. Okay. And you have to, I always tell people this, you have to aim and then fire. Okay. You have to aim and then fire. We have to stop going into things blindly just because they feel good. Okay, I hope that I am making myself clear. I'm trying to choose my words more carefully during this season so that there is less confusion in my world, there is less uh emotional outburst from other parties, right? Because Sagittarius is also the sign of knowledge. Sagittarius is also the sign of the guru. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. These are our teachers, these are our elders. Notice how you feel after you talk to an elder. You know, they always say respect your elders. These things are, excuse me, these things are said for a reason. There is a reason for every season, okay? And it is very important that you look for God in every situation. And when I say that, that basically just translates to looking for the knowledge instead of obsessing over, trying to get our point across or making what we're trying to say valid to the other person, especially when nowadays people are dedicated to misunderstanding. That can be exhausting. That can be very, very exhausting, especially when a lot of people nowadays, they try to say, "Oh, I'm speaking facts. I'm not speaking feelings. I'm speaking this." Like it's like no matter what you say, right? Even if you are speaking facts, you are still getting your facts from generic sources like Google. And as far as I'm concerned, Google is human manufactured, and humans are technically manufactured beings by the creator, right? So everything is manufactured, even your opinion, even your feelings, because feelings are not facts. And facts can always be disproved in some way, as life is subjective. So you have to be objective. Let me see. Also, Jupiter will be moving into Cancer around that time. Like I said, Jupiter rules over Sagittarius, and Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, meaning it is at home. That is where it feels most comfortable. And I personally have Jupiter in Cancer. That's probably, well, not probably. I just say probably because I like to remain humble. Um, but it is probably why over the last few years, I have been diving deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into emotional intelligence, because people who have Jupiter in Cancer are able to deep dive into things way more than other people and see the knowledge in their emotions, because that's what you're supposed to do with your emotions, right? You're supposed to find the knowledge in them. You're not supposed to validate them. You're supposed to find the knowledge in them. That is also why the past exists, right? For interpretation. Everything is data. If you look at everything as data, even your emotions, even your anger, even your disdain, you will find knowledge in it, because everything is data. That also goes with the new moon today in Gemini. Start looking at everything as data. You do not have to put your emotions on Front Street, because not only do people not care, they are probably dedicated to misunderstanding you anyway. You do not need to be validated by anyone, not even God, because you are God. You are one with the Creator. You need no validation for your emotions. You need no validation for the way that you feel. And everybody that has ever hurt you is suffering themselves. So their own life is their own punishment. So we are going to get ourselves together emotionally for this full moon. We are going to take our emotions and transcend them. We are going to take our emotions and transmute them. We are going to take our emotions and start collecting them as data and storing them in a place that makes us happy and healthy instead of repressing them. Because when you repress them, they go into your subconscious, and your subconscious has no file cabinet. That's why your brain exists. That's why your gut exists. But your subconscious does not exist for that. Your subconscious is your higher mind. So you have to be very careful with what you tell your higher mind. That's why I teach mindfulness and meditation, because if you are not mindful of the things that you're feeling, how in the hell are you going to judge somebody else? It just doesn't make sense. At some point, you have to start looking at things like equations. Does 2 plus 3 equal 95? Well, I don't think so. Also, Saturn just moved into Aries. Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen, holy crap, holy. I'm sorry, y'all. I just came off of TikTok, and you know it's wild over there. So they got my head spinning right now. Like, and I'm starting to realize that there's some real bloodsuckers on there. So I don't even know if I'm going to be going live there. I think I might just stick to playback. That might have to be like a once a week thing. Like, they are really sucking my energy over there, because all they want to know is if so and so is coming back, if this person loves me, if that person loves me. Oh my God, this, oh my, everything is about the other person. And that is exactly why other people suffer, because they are focused on if somebody loves them. They are focused on the validation. And that is just, that's not where it's at, man. It's not where it's at. I mean, come on, where are people's pride? Where are people's dignity? Okay, now I'm going to pick a card for this full moon. I hope that you guys can hear me clearly, because like I said, this is going to go on the YouTube. Okay, let's pick a card. Let's see what the full moon has in store. I know that sounds generic, but maybe it is time to shop around for new things. You feel me? Maybe it is time to, shop around for new thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Shop around for just new ways to feel, new ways to be. Nothing changes if nothing changes, right? So why not? I mean, what's the fun in staying in one place? What's the fun in staying in one mentality? You know what I'm saying? I like me personally, I experience extreme rage every day and I have to transmute it. It is a big reason of why I became a meditation teacher because you have to learn to put your energy in its correct place because even emotions are energy, right? You have to learn how to transmute and transcend yourself. You're going to feel things all the time. You're going to feel things all the time. But why give it meaning when it doesn't even have to have any? It could just be something that you're feeling in the moment. Okay? It doesn't mean that anything will go away. Energy doesn't go away. That means death. Okay? It truly, as cliche and corny as it sounds, your life is truly about the journey. Okay? And it's how you live it. Okay. The first card that I have here is the Nine of Cups, and it's happiness. This is Jupiter and Pisces, which is beautiful because Jupiter rules over Sagittarius and Pisces. So if you want to be a little delulu about your happiness, by golly, go for it. I'd rather you choose delusional happiness than delusional anger any day. Okay, we're going to dive deeper into that. But the second card that I have here is the Two of Wands, which is dominion. So maybe you should have a little bit more dominion over your happiness, meaning you should actively choose the happiness. Like I said, be delulu, okay, about your happiness rather than your anger, okay? Let me see what color therapy card we have before I dive into those cards. Let's see. Okay, and yeah, and for anybody that listens back to this, I am a Sagittarius rising. So that's why I'm a little animated. Let's see. Let's see. I am picking a color therapy card. Let's see. When will my reflection show who I am inside? Okay. We have love, success, and reflection. Love, success, and reflection. I will be posting all of these cards on my Patreon. Hold on, let me plug my phone in and take a sip of water. Give me one sec. Let me remember love, success, and reflection. And that's pink, orange, and blue. Pink, orange, and blue. Try to incorporate those colors for the next month. Okay. Hold on, I need some meditation music. TikTok just drained the shit out of me. Holy hell. There we go. Wait, no, I need some I need a deeper vibration. Remember, sound healing is real, folks. Sound healing is real. Energy is sound and vibration. Let's see. Let's see if this works. You turn this up. Okay. Remember pink, orange, and blue. Pink, orange, and blue. Okay. Let me get my notes here. Let's see. Okay, so for the Nine of Cups, let me just read to you what Cups is. Hold up. Where are you? No, that's not it. Nine is also a Sagittarius number as well. So I think our energy is becoming more aligned. Amen. Okay, Nine of Cups, Jupiter and happiness. Okay, so it says grace enters your life when Nine of Cups appears. It signifies that you can now be connected to a more joy filled range of feeling than ever before, right? As I was saying, more universal than personal. You might say that this card is the you've been a good girl, here's your candy card. All the excellent Jupiter Pisces attributes are loving, kindness, spiritual practice, and empathy that you've been developing, and it's going to bloom into your everyday existence. It says this card promises that you have enough goodwill and love to give to others without feeling depleted. That is a beautiful thing. That means that you are cultivating self-love, and I love that for you. Let me read that again. It said, this card promises that you have enough goodwill and love to give to others without feeling depleted, without your gift coming from your own need to receive. Beautiful. It says, your desires too are ready to become reality because your desires now encompass more than just your personal satisfaction. Give inner thanks to all to whom you have. You know, this reminds me, I was just watching, I just saw this movie on Apple TV called The Fountain of Youth. And like in many movies, you know how there's always a sacrifice that has to be made in order for you to like get whatever you want. In this particular movie, when they got to the Fountain of Youth, right? Before he drank, the sacrifice that he saw, right? The vision in the water that he saw, that he would have had to make to get that Fountain of Youth blessing, right? Like wealth, health, all of that. There had to have been a sacrifice of his mother, I mean his sister and his nephew, right? The two people that he loved the most, because his dad was already gone. So he didn't drink because he saw that he would have to lose something. So I'm saying that, and I'm correlating it to this because it says, you know, your desires too are ready to become reality because your desires now encompass more than just your own personal satisfaction. So I'm saying all this to say, and I've said this before countless times, okay? Life is not about you. Oh my God. Can you guys hear me? I keep getting phone calls. Jesus. I hope I still can be heard. Okay. So, as I was saying, it says to give inner thanks to all to whom you give. This is this is way deeper than I can explain it in this short time right now because I like I said I am a little drained from that live. However, I do explain these types of things deeper on my Patreon. And essentially what it is that we are all one. We are truly all one. And if you are only thinking about yourself, you will encounter people that are only thinking about themselves. It is the only thing that makes sense. You truly are what you attract. Now let's move on to the next card, which was the Two of Wands, right? Dominion. Mars and Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars, right? So this is the masculine energy because Pisces is feminine energy. So we are truly getting, pardon me, a balance for this new moon. I mean, for this full moon, excuse me. Full moon in Sagittarius, full moon in Sagittarius. Okay, for my YouTubers out there that are going to watch this. Okay, Mars and Aries, right? So it says the Two of Wands brings the message that it's now time to discern which arena your energy and action innately belong in. So I literally was just saying this. I mean, after a while, I'm not even going to need to pull cards because it's just, you know, validating what I'm already, the messages that I'm picking up. So it says Two of Wands represents the process of determining your choice of two or more avenues of action. Which one turns you on the most? Right? That's where your right striving belongs, right? That's where your energy belongs. That's where you hold dominion. That's where you hold dominion, where your motivation is heightened sufficiently to guarantee completion of the endeavor. Let me read that again. Two of Wands brings the message that it's now time to discern which arena your energy and action innately belong in. Innately, right? Like your gut feeling, trusting that. Two of Wands represents the process of determining your choice of two or more avenues of action. You have to decide which one turns you on the most. That's where your right striving belongs. That's where you hold dominion, where your motivation is heightened sufficiently to guarantee completion of the endeavor. Mars rules the astrological fire sign Aries. Mars shares the same quality of highly amped energy as Aries and therefore is given rulership, dominion in that sign. It is this kind of energy, the energy of yes, this is where I belong. This card is this card appearance says this energy and this message is necessary to you now. It says when this card comes up, you're being advised to select an endeavor where you have dominion that feels like home and excites your life. So, like I was saying, you can have your delusional happiness, right? Which means that you are choosing that happiness no matter outside circumstances, no matter what your environment looks like. You will choose that happiness within yourself, right? Because that is your dominion. That is your endeavor. That is literally your endeavor. The full moon is going to be in Sagittarius. Sagittarius does rule over happiness because the more you know, right? I know a lot of people out there say, the more you become more cynical or, you just become, I don't know what that term is. So I'm just going to say cynical for now. Like I said, words are failing me. My mind is kind of whatever, right? But I'm pretty sure that what I'm saying is getting through because more than anything, we want to be happy. So I am telling you to choose that, right? And the Two of Wands, right? Mars, Aries and Mars, they rule over your will. They rule over your choices. It rules over what drives you, what you want to do, and what is going to drive you more than choosing happiness. What is going to drive you more than choosing happiness? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You have to make the choice. You have to make the choice, or your ass is grass. Your ass will be grass, okay? You have to choose it. You have to actively choose it. Okay? That's why the Mars energy is there. It is your will. That's why they say will power. That's why they say will power. Okay? I can go even deeper. This is why white people are ruled by Mars, because they believe that they have power. They believe, right, that their will is number one. Every single ancient and current text that I have read, right, where Martians, right, because I don't want to just say white people, right, where Martians are exerting their will, every time that I have looked up roots of humanity and the genesis of humanity, there were white people there, Martians, that have exerted and projected their will because they believe that they have that power. I am only telling you to have that power over yourself. Okay? I hope that makes sense. I am only telling you to have that power over yourself because without Mars, without will, you will not know how to actively choose, especially when you're feeling sad, especially when you're feeling frustrated, especially when you feel depressed or something knocks you off of your rocker, something knocks you out of your routine. It is so easily to be frustrated. It is so easily to be sad, right? The news, the president, this, that, the world, your kids not listening, this, that. It is so easy to feel these things. Make it easy to choose the happiness. That is essentially what it is. Your choices, everything is always going to come down and come back to you. Let me see here. It is also going to be in 20 degrees. 20 degrees is a Scorpio degree. And as we know, full moons do bring death. Full moons do bring falling out, you know. Um, there is also an illumination that happens, right? Because the moon is dark. The moon doesn't necessarily give light. It reflects the light from the sun. So you will probably find out things that might break you. You might find out things that you never saw coming. But will you, right? Will you let it get you down? That's the $1 million question, right? For this full moon. Hold on, because I want to dive a little bit deeper really quickly. I got about 10 more minutes. Let me see. Because I got to be off of here before 11:45. Let me see. And then remember, Jupiter will be in Cancer. I will be making a post about that on my Patreon since I myself have Jupiter in Cancer. Um, let's see here. And yes, Saturn is in Aries. I have to dive deeper into that as well. And again, if anybody is listening to this back, right, or if you're on YouTube listening to this, I also have a Neptune in Aries post. I dive deep. I deep dived into that as well because Neptune is a generational planet, which means that it stays in a sign for years and years and years and years and years. Okay, hold on. So, like I said, it is going to be easy to feel like you want to give up and you feel tired, you feel drained, but you cannot let that deter you. You have important things to do. You are probably even going to hear no. You're probably going to hear those doors slam in your face. Well, guess what? You still can't let that get you down. No matter if you're physically beaten, no matter if you are feeling mental fatigue, okay? How else are you going to see God but in the dark? Why? Because the only way to get rid of darkness is to turn the damn light on. How else are you going to turn the damn light on if you don't choose happiness? You can crawl out of the hole that you're in, right? Metaphorically speaking. You have to know if and when your fears are even grounded in reality, or if your mind is playing tricks on you. No matter how you're feeling, you always have a choice. No matter how you are feeling, you always have a choice. I'm gonna say that again. I'm gonna sound like Dr. Umar, but I understand why he repeats himself. No matter what you are feeling, okay, you have a choice. If you have breath in your lungs, you have a choice. It is that deep, okay? You might even lose some battles, you might even lose some arguments, but your inner strength and your will power is all on you because you have that choice and you have the ability to overcome. If nobody told you, you have the ability to overcome. And you may need a moment, right, to retreat. You may need a moment to feel that failure. You may need a moment to rebuild your confidence. Okay? Play as fuck up too. Not everybody is going to win all the time, but will you pull yourself out of that? It's not whether you can, right? Because that's where people get lost. It's not whether you can or not, it's will you. Period, point blank. No matter how worn out you are, okay? No matter if you've been going back and forth, no matter if there's been, bickering or like unfairness, it does not matter. It should never determine the way that you feel because anything can be turned around. Think about the hangman in tarot, right? He's upside down for a reason. Sometimes you need to twist your mind and make it 180 so that you can see the light. How else are you going to see the light unless you turn it on? Like I said, sometimes being in a dark room is the best thing for you. Sometimes being in a dark space is the best way for you. Sometimes you got to look in the mirror and check yourself and say, damn, maybe I didn't even want to do the work. Maybe I didn't, maybe I hate being alone and I'm scared to do the work because I don't want to be alone. That's your mind playing tricks on you. You have to know when your mind is playing tricks on you. You have to know when you are projecting. You have to know that it's not a battle, it's a choice. Also, right? Speaking of TikTok, I'm also noticing a theme of people still just not knowing what love is, right? And it's nuanced, right? People love that word nuance, but it truly is, okay? But to me, in my years of practice, people know what love is. They just put it into the wrong things. And I'm tired of people acting like they don't love themselves when we really do. And the number one indicator of it is pain, right? Going back to that paradox. Why? Why? Because if you were not in pain, that means you're a psychopath, to put it plainly. If you were not in pain, you would not know that something felt good or didn't feel good. If you were not in pain, you would not know how to love yourself. Why? Because the only reason why you are in pain is because you love yourself and you think others don't. Of course, you love yourself. That's why you're in pain, because you don't want to be hurt. Because you don't want to be hurt. And a lot of the times that people have trauma is not because of what exactly was done to them. A lot of times that people have trauma or pain is because they never expected it. Like, why would this person try to do something to me? It's because they are in pain themselves and they don't know how to use it. They don't know how to use the love that they have. Okay. And if you are missing the mark in your own life, it is time to rest and it is time to relax. It is time for you to stop worrying because you cannot heal and pray. You cannot continue if you don't heal. I hope I am making myself clear. It is also time to get more in tune with botany. Okay, these are just messages that I'm getting. It's time to get in tune with botany. Look up your ancestry, right? Think about the land where you come from. If you don't know these things, go talk to your elders, right? Sagittarius, your elders, Jupiter, go get your knowledge. Start constructing your mind better. Start constructing your mind better. Go back to your roots. Go get your damn knowledge. Any elder that you have around, right? Go and get them. If you don't have any type of elder around, meditate. Meditate. I guarantee you the answers will come. Hold on. I had a couple more notes here. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Let's see. hmm Okay. There is going to there's going to be a time. Let me get my words together. It's also okay to pause too. Like a lot of people are so nervous when they talk to other people. It's okay to pause. Like stop being afraid of people. Stop being afraid to say the wrong thing. You can pause, okay, and get yourself together. You can pause and formulate your thoughts correctly. Again, it is still Gemini season, so I just thought that was important to say. Um, there is going to come a time between now and about 2 weeks after the full moon. It may even be here, right? Where there is a road and you're traveling down this road and then it's going to split. And if you do not do the work before you come to that split in the road, you are going to be indecisive out of your mind. You are going to be indecisive out of your mind. You have to stop wanting everything to be perfect. You have to stop longing for things. You have to fill your cup, right? Because that's why we have the 9 of Cups. We have to be full, right? We have to be healing, in a healing state, in the process of healing, in order to make the best decisions in the moments that we face, right? And I'm going to leave you with this, right? And it's funny enough, right? This is a quote from LL Cool J, and he was on Mike Tyson's podcast, Hot Boxing. And funny enough, Mike Tyson has a Jupiter in Cancer, but this is something that LL Cool J said, right? And this might help you along the way because you are going to encounter people that are bold, and a lot of times those people can be intimidating, but that is only because they are self-absorbed, right? A lot of them are. However, this is something that he said, right? This is just something to think about, a little jewel to take with you for this full moon. He said that love is the appropriate response in a moment. And I thought that was very, very unique. And I think it's brave. So I want all of you out there to be brave, okay? You have the will and you have the power, aka dominion over yourself. You can be assertive. You can tell people how to talk to you. You are good with money. You are brave. You are resilient. You are powerful. You are intelligent. You can do what you want to do. Stop engaging people that are smart asses. Stop engaging people that put you down. Stop engaging with people that have a bad temper. Stop engaging with people that do not know how to control themselves. Stop engaging with people that do not know how to have a productive conversation. Stop engaging with people that do not know how to have a productive conversation. Okay? Remember, love is the appropriate response in a moment. Take control over your moments. It is the only way that you can feel good. It is the only way that you will know what to do. Clear heart, clear mind. Clear heart, clear mind. Okay? Until next time.